Good morning and welcome to Liberty Online. We've got something a little different for you today. We've got a Foodbank special edition. I'm going to run through what we do at Foodbank and how we impact this community. So let's go and see how it all works. Come on. Well, here we are at the roller shutter door at the back of our warehouse. We've had this lovely Foodbank warehouse for nearly a year now. We were able to secure this right at the beginning of the COVID pandemic because we needed the extra space to be able to function and socially distance. It's been amazing. We've only got a few weeks, possibly until we have to get out of here, but we love it while we're here. We've got a big roller shutter door that we can bring the food into. So how it works is simply that people will come and bring their donated food through this roller shutter door, and we will have to weigh it in on these sets of scales. We weigh everything that comes into the building, into the warehouse. We then put it on one of these big trolleys. These are really heavy, even without food, and very difficult to steer. And so we bring it out into this big area out here where we then have a team of volunteers, some amazing volunteers. Our Foodbank volunteers are the best volunteers in the world. They are awesome. And what they do is they go through every single product that's been donated by the public or that's come in through our Tesco's permanent collection points that get delivered here in bulk. Thanks to Tesco customers for donating all the stuff that we've got over the years from them points. It's amazing. But all of that stuff comes here and is sorted by our amazing volunteers into different Aeroplane's gone. I'm sorry, since I've been filming, there's been about 7 aeroplanes that have gone overhead. So if you hear them in the background, unlucky. So, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the American Air Force, that the food comes in here and the non-food items, and they're sorted into different types. So we put all the beans with the beans, or the soup with the soup, all that sort of stuff. We then have to date order it all as well to make sure there's nothing out of date. And we have this section over here. So everything's gone through. We then have a red bin down here, which is for food that's completely out of date that we can't use, that has to be disposed of. We don't have a lot of that. We then have an area here that is just what we call our OOD, out of date and dented. It's just gone out of date, and we allow Foodbank clients to take some items off of that if they wish. We can't give it to them, but they're allowed to take it up to 3 months out of date. Hold on. Easter eggs shouldn't be in there. Move them to the side. They are definitely not out of date yet. And then we also have what we call our short date items. And so anything that's going to be going out of date in the next few months, we put into one section as well to make sure it gets out to our clients before it goes out of date, because we want to minimise waste if we can. So once all the items are sorted into type and date ordered, we then come and bring them over to our amazing, spacious warehouse space where we put them in type, in date order. So like you might see behind me here, that we have some pasta, and then 2 more trays of pasta, and then another pallet of pasta. If we come over here as well, you'll see we have some more pasta, and behind me on this pallet here, we have some more pasta. Please stop donating pasta. We also have a load of soup, a load of beans, mountains of cereal, and loads of veggies, and enough tea to drown a blue whale. So as you can see, our stocks are really, really full at the moment, which is fantastic. The amount of food that was donated late in 2020 was amazing. But we've had so much come in that most of you may know that we actually stopped collecting food for January and February. We've actually had to extend that out into at least Easter, because we're holding tons and tons of food, more than we usually would, which is a great problem to have, but a problem nonetheless, because we are going to have to leave this big warehouse very, very soon. More on that in a few weeks' time. So what our volunteers also have to do is then make up the food boxes that go out to our clients. And so we might have an order come in from one of our other sessions, from Watton for Attleborough, for instance, who want maybe 10 family boxes, 10 singles and 10 couples, and then we make them up into these amazing black plastic boxes that are sort of indestructible. I think these could survive an atomic bomb. They are incredibly hard. We used to use cardboard boxes, but they'd fall apart within about 3 uses. And so we'll get an order in, and then we will make up them boxes. So what we'll do, we'll have one volunteer load up one of these big tables with one product, for instance meat, and we'll send it around the whole warehouse into different zones of single boxes, couple boxes, family boxes, large family boxes, and they'll go off a list, a picking list, to find out what goes in that box. And so we'll make up boxes for Attleborough, make up boxes for Watton, we'll then make up boxes for Thetford as well that go out of the Charles Burrell Centre. So once all them boxes are made up, we will then have to weigh all of the food out. So the little black boxes get weighed out, we put them in this corner over here, ready for the other centres to come and pick up, and then we weigh out the trays that go to the Charles Burrell Centre. I load them in the van and we drive them over there and unload them. I'm going to grab my coffee, let's go over there now.
I can help you out. 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 I can help you out.
So here we are at the Charles Burrell Centre, where we give out the food to clients who come here. We've got all the food boxes that we've made up at the warehouse, already ready to go for a session. Clients will come to us with either a red voucher with all their details from someone like Citizens Advice or Job Centre Plus or a school or a doctor or something like that. Or even now during COVID, we set up how to do e-referral systems, so people can come with just a code, give us a code, and then we can give them food. Also, what we do here is we bring all of our extras and goodies over here. So we have our extra items that don't go into our packs. So we have all sorts of weird and wonderful things which used to be on a retail shelf people could pick from. We now have to put it on a trolley. And then we also have lots of pet food, which was awesome. We got that from donated from Jolly's. Cat and dog. We're also able to offer our clients washing powder, which is amazing. And our array of toiletries can now rival Boots. We've got shampoos, toothpaste, toothbrushes, body moisturisers, scrubs, soap, hand soap, men's deodorant, women's deodorant, razors. We've got cotton wool, we've got baby lotions, we've got baby wipes, baby shampoos, we've got talcum powder, we've got sanitary items, we've got house cleaning items, tin foil, freezer bags, spongy things, bin liners, tights, microfiber car wash mitt, air freshener, nappies ranging from newborn all the way up to teenagers. We got white, got baby milk, labour information packs, really helpful for my wife, shower caps, we even have plastic straws, packs of masks, the all important toilet roll, and of course coffee. We love coffee. I think that's enough of that. Anyway, so what used to happen before COVID came along is that our clients would have come into our client room, and so they'd arrive through this door over here. We would offer them tea, coffee, sit down with them, have a chat. We used to have tables and chairs here, in a little cafe environment. Not particularly nice, but as best we could do. And but sadly, since COVID hit, we've had to do it all through a door frame. Essentially, an open door. We'd have a table right in the middle of the doorway. A client arrives. We throw them their food and they're on their way. It's not ideal, it's not what we want to do, but it's what we have to do at the moment. So like I said, the lease on our warehouse is coming to an end in just a few weeks. So potentially we will have to bring all of that food that is at that warehouse here to the Charles Burrell Centre and try and operate the best we can in this tight little space. But we're trying everything we can behind the scenes to try and secure different venues to allow Foodbank to operate the best we can. We can't wait until we can have our own building so that we can be a real hub in this community. So that was the Charles Burrell Centre. Well, some of you might be asking, why do Liberty Church even run a food bank? Well, I want to read you something from Matthew 25. It says this: "Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world.'" It says this: "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me." It says this: "Then the righteous will answer him, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and when did we feed you, or thirsty, or give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison or go to visit you?' And it says this: the king will reply, 'I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me.'" So that is why we do what we do. That is why we run Thetford Food Bank, so that we can feed the hungry and thirsty, so we can invite the stranger in. And I just want to thank you for your help and support in allowing us to do that. And thank you for joining us for Liberty Online this week. And hopefully we're going to bring you something very exciting next week. You do not want to miss it. So please check us out on the premiere of that on Facebook or YouTube. You want to be watching it live next week. Make sure you're there. We shall see you soon. See ya.